Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Teddi Mellencamp RHOBH has shared an update on her health amid her recovery from brain surgery earlier this month. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Alum underwent brain surgery after doctors found multiple tumors on her brain in mid-February. She is now sharing insight into how she's doing today. I am so grateful for the incredible surgeons, doctor, and nurses who made my surgery a success and my recovery process comfortable. In full transparency, more tumors were removed than expected, 4 in total. This fight is not over, but that round has been won, she wrote on Instagram on February 26. The laughter, support, and patience of my kids, my family, and my closest friends is one gift with which words cannot properly express my gratitude. As I move on to the next steps in my treatment, I just want to say thank you to everybody for the outpouring of love and prayers. I see them, and they're definitely helping me stay strong. Teddi, who shaved her head ahead of her brain surgery, later posted on Instagram stories that she got her staples out from her surgery. She also revealed that she also made time for self-care with a facial, noting that getting some time for a pamper session felt so good. She had previously mentioned that radiation is also in her treatment plan. More on that below, but hasn't offered any updates on that. On February 12, Teddi shared the news of her brain tumor diagnosis in a statement on Instagram. For the last several weeks, I've been dealing with severe and debilitating headaches. Yesterday, the pain was unbearable and required hospitalization. After a CT scan and MRI, doctors found multiple tumors on my brain, which they believe have been growing for at least 6 months. She wrote on Instagram at the time, 2 of the tumors will be surgically removed today. The remaining smaller tumors will be dealt with via radiation at a later date. She added, I am blessed to be surrounded by my children, family, friends, doctors, nurses, and surgeons who are doing everything possible to get me back into better health. Thank you to everybody who has reached out, and to everyone who has supported me along this journey. Her husband, Edwin RHOBH, also shared an update on how Teddi has been doing in the wake of her health news. Our family is thankful to everybody for your continued prayers and well wishes, he wrote in a post he shared on February 17. Teddi is beyond grateful for the outpouring of love as she continues to recover. The morning light poured gently into the room, illuminating the soft edges of hospital equipment and the comforting hands of family members standing close by. For Teddi Mellencamp, this moment wasn't about reality show drama, weight loss accountability programs, or podcast gossip. This was about life itself. The kind of life that shifts everything you thought mattered and forces you to reconsider what truly does. It had been months in the making, a health scare that started quietly but grew into something impossible to ignore. A visit to the doctor led to scans, and those scans revealed a frightening truth. Teddi had a brain tumor. While benign, the word tumor was enough to send waves of fear rippling through her family and fans alike. Teddi, known for her unfiltered honesty on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and her dedication to transparency on social media, chose to share her journey from day one. Knowledge is power, she had written in one of her earliest Instagram posts about the diagnosis. If my story helps even one person get a scan or push for answers when they feel off, it's worth it. That openness set the tone for what was to come. A roller coaster of emotions, surgery, and now the fragile space of healing and what's next. Teddi's life has always been high-paced. Between raising her 3 children, co-hosting her podcast, 2TS in a Pod with Tamra Judge, running her All-In program, and navigating the ever-watchful eyes of Bravo fans, slowing down wasn't exactly her strong suit. But her body had other plans. The migraines were relentless. The vertigo hit at random. The sense that something was just off, no longer something she could dismiss. When doctors found the tumor, known as a meningioma, the reality star confronted her fear head-on. Surgery became inevitable. But in true Teddi fashion, she infused humor into her fears, posting pictures from the hospital bed with captions like, "Not the kind of headshot I wanted." Fans responded with waves of support, from fellow housewives to everyday women who saw themselves in her vulnerability. What followed was the kind of moment that rewires your soul. Hours of delicate surgery, the hands of surgeons navigating the complexities of the brain, each movement a reminder of how fragile and miraculous the human body really is. For Teddi, this wasn't just a medical procedure. It was a forced surrender, an acknowledgement that control isn't always ours to hold. When she awoke, groggy but alive, her first instinct was gratitude. Gratitude for her doctors, for her husband Edwin, who never left her side, for her kids, whose drawings decorated the sterile hospital walls, and for her own inner strength, something that after years of self-doubt and body image struggles, she finally saw in herself. The days following surgery were a blur of medication schedules, follow-up appointments, and the surreal realization that life had paused. In the stillness, Teddi found something she hadn't expected: clarity. "I've spent so much of my life trying to prove something," she admitted in a recent update. "That I'm thin enough, successful enough, likable enough. But this made me realize the only thing I really need to be is here, present, alive." Her recovery wasn't glamorous. There were moments of nausea, stitches itching under bandages, the frustration of needing help to do even the simplest things. But there was also humor. Teddi laughing at her uneven hairline post-surgery, joking about becoming a temporary housewife in hiding. And through it all, her raw honesty continued to shine. She documented the messy reality, the tears, the fatigue, the fear of waiting for pathology reports. Physical healing is one thing. Emotional healing is another. For a woman whose public image has always leaned into the idea of personal control, over weight, over wellness, over narrative, surrendering to the unknown felt like an existential exercise. What if the tumor grew back? What if her body never felt the same? What if this changed her sense of identity forever? These questions didn't have answers, but instead of hiding from them, Teddi invited them in. She shared her therapy sessions, her moments of doubt, the awkwardness of facing her mortality so publicly. And in doing so, she opened a conversation far bigger than herself, a conversation about how women, especially those in the spotlight, are often expected to power through silently. Teddi refused that silence. With surgery behind her, Teddi's next steps are a mix of practical and profound. There are follow-up scans every few months, new medications to manage, and lifestyle changes to embrace. But the biggest shift is internal. For the first time, Teddi's definition of health isn't about a number on a scale or fitting into a dress for a reunion taping. It's about listening, really listening, to her body. That means more rest, more saying no when her body needs it, more time off the phone and in the moment. And it also means advocacy, using her platform to talk openly about brain health, early detection, and the importance of pushing for answers even when you're dismissed. For years, Teddi built a brand on accountability. She encouraged women to track their food, their workouts, their wins and losses. Now, her accountability has taken on a deeper meaning, holding herself accountable to the promise she made in that hospital bed, to live fully without apology or performative perfection. It's not easy. There are days she still critiques her reflection. Days she worries about her career trajectory after surgery slowed her momentum. Days when the anxiety about recurrence creeps in, unwelcome but familiar. But there are also days when she feels more alive than ever, playing with her kids without checking her phone, laughing with Tamara about nothing and everything, embracing her scars as proof of survival. If there's one unexpected gift from this journey, it's the community that's formed around her. Women sharing their own stories of brain tumors, mysterious symptoms, or just the simple fear of being dismissed by doctors. Teddi has become a beacon, not because she has all the answers, but because she admits she doesn't. As she looks toward the future, with reunion dresses traded for now, for cozy recovery sweats, and accountability journals replaced by gratitude lists, Teddi knows one thing for certain: she's still a work in progress. And that's okay, because this time the progress isn't about shrinking or perfecting. It's about living, fully, fiercely, unapologetically.